What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here. We are back. Listen, I don't even want to put in any effort into this intro. I don't want to put in any effort into this video because you know why? I just want to do what the Heat did. I just want to do exactly what the Heat did. I just want to quit. I just literally just want to just mail it in and just get paid by doing nothing. I really wish I could do it. I wish it was that easy, honestly, bro. I really do. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars to show up and just look like absolute traffic cones out there. Like seriously, what a waste of time for anybody who is a fan of this team. If you went to this game, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you went to either of the games, game 3 or 4, I feel so bad for you, bro. I really hope that the arena gives you a refund on these tickets. Knowing the team, they won't give any refund on anything. They're just a terribly run team. But I feel bad for you. You guys wasted your time. You guys wasted your money. I mean, to watch this garbage, bro, there's so many more things I could be doing than watching this product on national television for 4 straight games. I mean, give me a break. Are you serious right now? What was the point? What was the point of making it into the playoffs? What was the point? Y'all fought so hard to get through the Hawks. Went to OT and celebrated that so hard and were absolutely popping parades and they were going crazy to show up like this. I mean, all the talking that y'all did, Tyler Hero, oh my gosh, bro. The talking that you did before this series and during this series has led up to this. I mean, from top to bottom, from 1 through 15, the coaching staff, the front office, the amount of nonsense that we have heard throughout the entire season. I am so glad that I do not have to watch this team play basketball for 6 months. I cannot be more blessed, bro. It actually hurts you. If you guys went to the doctor's office, for an appointment tomorrow, they would tell you, hey, watching Heat basketball is giving you guys more stress. You should stop doing that. You should really stop. It's not worth it, bro. It's really not worth it for us as fans to even watch this product. I mean, they don't care. The front office doesn't care. The players don't care. Nobody cares. So why should we care? Why do we as fans put in so much of time, praying for this team to actually prove us wrong for once and actually just go out there and compete in a playoff setting? Where was it? They preach that they're the hardest working, meanest, nastiest, toughest, best conditioned, whatever other, jargon they use to describe themselves team in the NBA. And we did not see any of that this whole series. All we saw was a team that, they just looked like their fate was sealed before the series even started. They really just look like they don't even want to be there. And listen, I'm not stupid. I know the Cavs have infinite more talent than we do. Their roster is so much better. I mean, we should actually go and take notes from Colby Altman and the GM and the ownership over there and see how they actually build a roster and how they run an organization, because my God, could we take some notes from them? It's night and day, honestly. If you look at the absolute clown fest that's going on over here and go look at how well they have constructed their roster up in Cleveland, you will see a stark difference, and it will absolutely change your perspective on everything. I'm by no means am I dumb enough to believe that we had a chance to win this series, because I even said it from the start, we will not win this series. But we can't even ask for a single game. Okay, game 2 we were competitive, but that was a blowout in the first half, by the way. We somehow fought back in that game. But apart from game 2, what game did we even show remotely any fight in? None. What game did we get our stars to play well, on both ends of the floor? None. None of these guys came in with any sort of, pride. Davion Mitchell was probably the only guy, but even he made a lot of mistakes. It's why? At this point, At this point, you know what? At this point, it's probably best that the season ends this way. It's probably best that this is the way the season ends. And the reason I say that is because, maybe this is the year, this is the off season where somebody wakes up this old man who's running this team, and somebody wakes him up, puts a battery in his brain, and tells him to actually start making moves. Maybe. I'm not going to believe it until I see it, bro, because I've been proven wrong way too many times. Rumor after rumor after rumor, after player linkage, every time we're linked to somebody. The Dames, the Mitchells, the Kyries, the Hardens, the KDs, everybody we are linked to, and everybody says, oh, I want to play for Miami. They're on the top of my list. Trade for me. Sign me. Nope, no. None of that has ever happened. So why would I believe that now? I don't know. So I'm not saying I believe any of this. I'm not saying that because of this loss, Pat Riley's going to suddenly turn into Sam Presti and start, offloading picks and players like it's nothing. I'm not going to believe that. But that's all I can hope for at this point, because what else do I have to look forward to as a fan of this team? For people saying go and trade for KD, why? Why would we go and trade for Kevin Durant? The man is 37 years old. He wants to win a championship. He's coming to this situation. We're going to be putting him in the same situation as we've been in. Obviously, he's a better player than anyone we have right now, but what are we going to go from? An 8 seed to a 5 seed? This team needs a whole reset from top to bottom, bro. Whole reset. I don't want to see any rumors of guys who are stars who need to win a championship. I don't want to see any rumors for them to come to Miami, because why would they come here? Why would we go trade for them when our team is not even good enough to compete with like half the teams in the league, more than half actually? What are we going to do with Kevin Durant on this roster? We're going to do the same thing with Jimmy Butler probably because our team is going to be worse than the teams that we had with Jimmy. So it won't even be the same. We're just going to be another underseeded team who has a chance to make an outside run. But how many times are you going to give Erik Spoelstra no talent on your roster and expect him to turn water into wine every single season? And don't get me wrong, Spo is not absolved of criticism because he's had a bad year. But if anybody is absolved or given a free pass, it's him. Because how many times has he bailed us out in the past? How many times when you look at this roster and say, are you serious? They're competing with guys like this? How many times have we said that about this team? And there's only one man who's responsible. It's Erik Spoelstra. So, yeah, he's had a bad year, but he is the only one that I'm like, if I'm talking about untouchables, the only player or the only person who I'm saying is safe in this organization is him. Everybody else can go, but I'll personally drive them to the airport and pack their bags for them. I don't care how good you are, how good you were, what you've accomplished. I really don't care, bro. I don't care how promising your potential is. Bro, we don't have a generational talent on this team. We don't have a superstar on this team. So nobody is safe. For the right price, anybody can be traded for anybody. Spoelstra is the one guy that I'm like, listen, he can stay. And I know I'm gonna ride with Spoelstra. He's the one guy that I'm gonna ride with till the wheels fall off, bro. Because I've seen this guy countless times bail this team out when we've had bad roster after bad roster. And now you give him one of the worst rosters he's probably ever coached, and you expect him to turn this team into a playoff monster team again? No, it's not gonna happen, bro. You can't just strike lightning in a bottle twice. This team is terrible. The construction of this team, I really don't know who authorized whoever is running whether it's Pat, Andy, Mickey, whoever is running, however you construct this team. I don't know who authorized that person to make some of the moves that they have made over the past few years. But my God, bro, what an abomination of a franchise this has become. And if anybody talks about heat culture one more time, I'm gonna lose it. I do not want to hear heat culture once ever again, bro. They need to retire that slogan and never use it again, because that has become an absolute joke. Heat culture this, heat culture that. Oh my God, we get it from the mud. We're underdogs. We're undrafted. Who cares? That doesn't win you championship. Talent does. Having second round picks and undrafted guys contributing for you is a cool story, but those guys have a cap to how good they can be. You need talent to win. Nobody cares how good your culture is when all you have to show for it is a couple finals appearances, which, by the way, the only reason we made it to the finals, besides Eric Spoelstra, was because we had someone by the name of Jimmy Butler on our team. And even he said it himself. Heat culture is overused. I feel like any team can say that they have a culture when they have talent on their team. And he's right. Now he's off the team, you can see nobody's talking about Heat culture no more. We had a stretch where we lost 10 games straight. Was anybody talking about Heat culture then? Is anybody talking about Heat culture now? Like, no, right? Everybody can talk about Heat culture when we're playing well, and when when we have talent on this team, and when they're making runs with this team, when Spoelstra's actually, when he has talent, actual talent to work with, when he has a star or superstar to work with, and this team actually makes a run, everybody will talk about, oh my God, the Heat, they have this culture, this, that. But that only works when your team is winning games, when they have talent on your team. Nobody's going to talk about Heat culture now. I promise you, nobody's even going to say anything about Heat culture now. Because it's a myth. The whole thing is just a promotional slogan that they have milked over the past few years, putting it on t-shirts, putting it on jerseys, putting it on the court, putting it on everything associated with Miami. Oh, culture, culture, culture. Bro, shut up about culture, bro. Please. The whole organization needs a whole reset as to how they, operate mentally, how they operate in every single sense, in every single way. We need to reset everything. So none of this culture nonsense, none of that, bro. Just adapt to the times, bro. This is not 2000 or 1990 where you can just be like, you know what? I'm just going to try to find players who are tough. I'm going to try to find players. And are these players tough right now, bro? Like, you're seeing them give up against a Cavs team that is obviously really good, but you're down 3-0 against them. I mean, clearly the culture is not working. So why don't y'all just try to find some actual talent on this roster, reset everything, trade whoever needs to be traded, stop holding on to players just because you guys have an affiliation to them, or because you developed them or whatever. Who cares, bro? It's a business. It's not something where it's like, oh, we've developed Duncan Robinson for the past 5 years, so he has to stay on this team. Duncan Robinson did not play 1 minute tonight. As I'm recording this video at halftime, by the way. So far he's not played. He could play in the second half. Who knows? But I'm recording this at halftime because I know the game's over. It's 41 points. The lead is for the Cavs. We're not going to come back from that. So Duncan Robinson is an example of a player that they've held on to for far too long. Far too long. Like, why? What is the point of paying him $20 million a year if all he's going to do is sit on the bench? What is the point? What is the point? I mean, they have made absolutely zero moves over the past few seasons when we actually had the chance to become a contender. And now, they don't even have a lottery pick for this year. Now, one thing that I'll say, I've said so much negative stuff about this organization. They're my favorite team in the NBA. So I don't want to bash them, bro. It actually hurts me to say all of this. Believe it or not. I'm not just saying this because, I want views. Or bro, all of that, miss me with that. I'm saying this because I'm actually, as a fan, I'm hurting as a Heat fan right now, bro. This is one of the lowest points of me being a Heat fan in the last how many ever years. Where we have literally no direction. The team is a joke. It's actually an absolute, it's a laughing stock. I don't want to keep talking about my favorite team like this. I will say their drafting has been good. Okay? That's the one thing I can say about this team, is that Adam Simon is the one person in the front office that has a brain. He's done a good job with the scouting. He's done a good job with the drafting. Apart from him, everybody else has been terrible at what they've been doing. But the scouting department is the only good thing about the Heat anymore. And they've always been good. But everybody else fell off, which is really, really sad to see. So sad to see. I cannot believe it. I mean, so here we are. The season's about to end. Of course, I'll be putting on draft content because that's all we can look forward to now is the draft. Free agency, I don't know. I know there's going to be a lot of guys who might request trades. John Morant. I think Trae Young will be a Hawk. I know a lot of people think Trae Young's going to request it. I think he'll be a Hawk. Giannis is the latest guy to request a trade, maybe. Kevin Durant is probably the guaranteed player is going to be traded in the offseason. I don't know. I mean, if we trade for them, I'll be happy because they're star players. But I seriously think that this team from top to bottom just needs a reset. I really do think, I mean, every team, if you look at every team who's atop of the standings right now, they've all had a period where they've had like a top 10 pick. They've had a rebuild phase. You know what I'm saying? Like Boston obviously got Tatum and Brown. OKC has been in a rebuild for the past few years before they, got themselves back into contention. The Warriors had a period where they had top 2 and they had top 2 pick. They had a top 10 pick, a couple top 10 picks. The Cavs, had one when they got Garland and Okoro and a lot of these other guys. Like a lot of the top teams, the Rockets, I mean, who are the 2 seed, the Knicks, like every team that you see who's contending for a championship, probably every team besides Denver. But even Denver had Jamal Murray, but that was a long time ago. But Denver also has the best player in the world, so it's a little different for them. But apart from Denver and the Lakers, no, actually the Lakers did. Yeah, the Lakers did have top picks because they traded them for AD and they got LeBron. Like, yeah, so listen, like every team besides Denver who's contending for a championship this season, like every team has had like a rebuild phase, a phase where they've traded players and some of the players are like really beloved. Like the Celtics got rid of Isaiah Thomas. Like that was a really hard decision for them to make. They got rid of Kyrie Irving as well. They got rid of Kemba Walker. Like, the Knicks got rid of Melo. They got rid of Porzingis. Like you have to, you cannot have like, what's it called? You can't have like bias towards your players always and be like, you know what? I'm never going to trade these guys because I just think they can develop into something great. Like it's fine. If a run ends, it's fine. Y'all trade away Jimmy Butler. It shouldn't be that hard to trade away Hero, Bam, anybody else on this roster who can be had at the right price. I really just want to see this team reset. I just want to see direction with this team. Right now, there's no direction because this team, as bad as it is, it's not bad enough to be a lottery team or be like a. It's not bad enough to be like a top 10 pick-ish team. Like they're not that bad. They're not like Hornets, Wizards level bad. They're not. Like they still have a couple of players on the roster who can win you games, but you either have to pick a direction and completely reset everything and get rid of guys like Terry Rozier, Duncan, like get rid of all these guys and maybe even a Bam or a Hero, and just build around the Wares of the world, the Larsons, the Jovic. Like maybe just try to build around them, or you need to really consider trading some of these young guys and trying to get a start. Like I don't know which one they'll try to go do. I would really, really, really just prefer if we just went the younger route and just, took a step back, got some guys through the draft. I really would have valued if we had that pick this year, but obviously we don't because this draft class is very, very good. If we had a top 11 pick, it would have been really good. Unfortunately, we don't have one. We have the 20th pick. So we'll still get a solid player because this draft class is good. It's a good draft, but you could have had 2 guys come in. So that's another thing that I'll say. I mean, again, like you can't control any of that. They won the couple of games. It's fine. Like who cares? They put themselves into a hole where they were going to lose picks no matter what. So it's kind of just whatever you guys preferred. But, that's whatever. I can't really say much about that because, the decision was already made from years past with these picks that they kept trading away. So, listen, I mean, the offseason is going to start very shortly for the Heat. I really just want everybody, like, if there's any brain cells left in that front office, I really just want them all to just sit down together and be like, okay, listen, we had a good run with Jimmy. All that is done now. This has been a very tumultuous season. We really just need to just figure out what is the future of this team. And once they find that, until they find that, if they keep ignoring that, if they keep, fielding out these same mediocre teams every year, it's going to be torture for fans. But if they make some changes, whether it's positive changes, negative changes, if they even just make changes, bro, that's all I'm asking for because that's all I'm expecting. I just want changes to be made. I want wholesale changes to be made to this team. So I really hope that can happen. If not, going to be a long few years as a Heat fan. So just buckle up, guys. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I know I've been saying that I'm absolutely disgusted by this team right now, but how can I stop rooting? You know, that's not what fans do. You got to stay there through the thick and thin. And it's a very tough time to be a fan, but obviously we're never going to ride with any other team besides the Heat, because that's the team that, you know, that's my team, obviously. So yeah, it's tough, and yeah, I don't want to keep making videos like this where I'm absolutely going off on the front office, but I really hope that something can change and that at least we have something to look forward to next year. I really just hope that we can do that. You know, lastly, I just want to say, like, for all of you guys, I know it's been a year for me making videos on this channel that hasn't been as consistent. You know, I've been also working at the same time, so it's been a little tough. But I really will try to make sure that I'm more consistent next year or next season or off-season videos. You know, if you guys know me, you guys know that I'm a huge draft guy. Like, I love the draft. I watch college basketball almost as much as I watch the NBA. So, like, I watch it a lot. So expect a lot of draft content from me. But it will definitely try to be more consistent with the uploads. You know, this year has just been, you know, for not just me being a fan, but everything else in my life has been really, really up and down. So it's been tough. But especially, like, as a Heat fan, like, it's just been so tough because the roller coaster of a season that we've had as fans as well. It's been like, bro, like, the whole Jimmy saga was so exhausting as a fan. Like, it's just like I was just ready for, you know, a resolution, like, and it just dragged on for months and months from the off season all the way until the trade deadline. It was so exhausting, and then after that we lost 10 straight, and then we got some momentum, but it was just a bunch of, like, you know, false hope, honestly. So I just hope that everything next year can be better for this team. I really do. I mean, I don't know if it will, because again, I can't trust this front office, but, you know, hopefully somebody comes up with some idea to just make this team better. I mean, I would really just, you know, have a long, hard look at ourselves if I was the Miami Heat front office. I would really just, you know, sit down and you got to spend a lot of time on this. You can't just brush over this, like, and take a day or two. Like, you need to spend almost a month trying to figure out exactly what you want to do with this roster, because it's a mess right now. It really is. So, and for all the fans, I mean, I know some of y'all are really passionate. Listen, man, I hope it'll get better. I can't promise that it will, but listen, I mean, just try to find some stuff that you guys can, you know, enjoy about this team, whether it's the youth or if you guys have any favorite players. I mean, I don't know what I can say, you know, to cheer y'all up, because it's been a rough season for all of us as well. So I hope that we can find something that'll cheer us up, you know, as fans. But you know, at least we got, you know, at least we have this community. At least we have, you know, the Heat Nation. You know, we are a good fan base. I know we get stick sometimes for not showing up to games and all that, but I do recognize that we have a very strong presence as well. So, fans out there, we have a pretty, you know, large fan base. So, you know, we have each other as fans to kind of shoot off ideas and figure out exactly what we can do. It's always fun to, you know, speculate. It's not fun when you speculate stuff that's going to happen and your team just never does anything, but hopefully this is the year that they actually do something and we can see some change for once in this with this team. So I've gone on for a while, so I'm going to stop there. You know, absolutely brutal way to end the season. You know, I know there's some stuff that were positive, like Tyler Hero was an all-star. Bam Adebayo struggled but turned it up late. Khalil Ware was really good. But I mean, it's an absolute mess otherwise, and you know, it's just yeah. I mean, I really don't have any words. I'm looking at the score right now. It's 106-60. I mean, what else can I say? Like, what else can I say? It's just it's just sad. It's just sad at the end of the day. Shout out to the Cavs, man. I think the Cavs are a really good team. I think if people underestimated the Cavs, they shouldn't be underestimated now. This team can win the whole thing. I mean, I think you know, I kind of knew that they were a contender, but man, I think they might be the best team in the East. I mean, the Celtics are good, but something about this team is ridiculously crazy. I mean, they just have a really, really good team, man. I mean, they just have a team that is tough, is really good defensively and offensively. It's really tough to play a team like that. So they gave us the work this series, man, and I really hope, and they're a team. I know the whole Darius Garland thing was was there, but apart from him, I think everyone on their team is is likable enough to root to win a championship for. So I'm rooting for them. If we obviously we're gonna get eliminated now, but I'm rooting for them. I'm definitely not rooting for Boston or the Knicks or any of that. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they can win a championship this season. It'll be nice to see Donovan Mitchell with the ring, but definitely not nice to see what they did to us this series. It's just putting it that way. So we're gonna wrap it up here, man. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Comment down below your thoughts as a fan of the season. Just feel free to ramble, man. It's just disappointing, obviously. So just feel free to ramble. I'm rambling right now, so y'all might as well. But what's next? I mean, just expect some draft content to start popping up. Hopefully, the few months before the draft go by fast, so we can get the draft stuff fast. We have the 20th pick, so we'll be doing a lot of mock drafts and rumors and all this stuff about the draft and what the Heat can do from now. But I'll see you later as always, man. Heat Nation till I die. Peace.